how's it going, everybody? Well, back to another brand new video. I know it's been a while. It's been a bit. It feels like I've probably been back from the dead, right? But anyways, I will say, yes, it is almost Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody. And depending if I don't get a chance to make another video beforehand as well, Happy New Year's if that time comes. But for the time being, today's video is all about literally just discussing of what's been happening lately. And it's definitely something I've been kind of wanting to do. Since literally I got on to holidays, and it's been really fun. I love doing stuff with this. This is one thing I like, just getting to do some more videos and stuff. I do want to do some fun stuff as well. Hopefully I can get a chance to, but if not, well, I guess this will be pretty much a similar video, but I will try to get another video as soon as possible as well. So anyways, let's get started on talking about what's been happening literally for the last few months. So first off, let's just go literally with the biggest thing that's been happening literally this whole semester, which is me working on Capstone. Now, if people don't know what it is, it's literally just a capstone project where you work on a game, and pretty much you just gotta build it. That's the whole point of it. The reason we're doing this capstone thing is mostly because we're trying to learn like how the industry will work and stuff like that, and like how you should handle things and stuff like that. And let me tell you, it is a rough thing to do. I will 100% point that out. Yeah, so there's even one thing that I heard from GDC that technically this guy got right about working in an industry, which is literally people will get emotional to the project. And I didn't think about that at the point, because the last time I heard about that, before this semester even started, I thought it was more of just, oh, well, you know, you shouldn't be emotional attached to the project. I get that, you know, and stuff like that. But he didn't mention about the burnout. So everybody got burnt out, and that's how everybody got emotional and stuff like that. So I can understand where he got that idea of why he said that about what happens if someone says something to you and you get all emotional about it. So I totally understand. I get it. It's just when you put a lot of work into a project and stuff like that, I understand now. So that guy was right, and I was wrong for misunderstanding him. But yeah, it's definitely a rough capstone thing to do, and I've learned a lot. It's fun. By the end of it, we're all happy and stuff like that. We're still not done. We still got the rest of the semester to work with, and I can't wait to finish it off. But yeah, as you can see, there was just some images here to show off what the game's all about. And yeah, I can't wait to finish this off because it's going to be fun. Another thing too is I was going to make this its own video because I did promise that, but unfortunately I didn't get enough footage to actually make a whole video. And I was going to try and make something into a video itself, but I kind of figured I'll just show it here because it's not really worth to make another video for it, but I figured I can just show it off and talk about it here. I went on a trip to England, and it's been really fun to do something like that. I never left the country before. This was really fun to go to England, where my mom's family's from, and it was just really cool. I enjoyed the company there, the environment, everything around there. Like, there were so many places we went to. I know I didn't get to record a lot, unfortunately, but still working on trying to learn how to vlog better. So I'm trying. I'm not saying that I'm just doing it on purpose. It's just I'm not used to going out public and recording, so that might have been the case. But anyways, yeah, so I got some footage here to show you. Especially, I love the part where we went to the park. The park is so huge that I literally thought, well, we can get through that instantly, but it's way bigger than we thought. And the funniest thing is that, like, you think you can get to one direction, but there's like multiple directions to get through, and there's no way you can like fully do that with like a couple of hours or so. Like, we did like at least an hour just going to one direction, and it was crazy. But either way, it was still really fun and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, it was a really great trip, and I 100% recommend if anybody's curious about what England is like. It's a fun trip. I really enjoyed it. I love the food there, everything. So yeah, it definitely was something I wanted to do, and I can fully say that I am fulfilled of going to that era and just having some fun. Another thing too, I know this is just kind of random, but I did finish God of War Ragnarok game, and I can finally say what I think about that game, because I really wanted to play it since it came out, because I did buy it on day one, but I didn't get a chance to literally play the game that much. I played maybe for like probably 30 minutes in total while I was still in college. But anyways, I did finish it off. It's a really, really good story. I loved it. I can understand why it got most of the awards from Game Awards. I know some people literally think it got robbed from Elden Ring. I am not going to say too much about it, but I do know Elden Ring is also a good game as well. But either way, just congrats to the people that made it. I think, they deserve it, because I think everybody knew that, especially that watching the Game Awards, that God of War was going to win no matter what. And just having a shocking ending was definitely something even more interesting. So I think, one, yes, maybe that was a ripoff on their end for God of War, I will say. But at the same time, I was also impressed that they even gave it to Elden Ring personally. So that's awesome. I just think it's really cool. But anyways, also too, I have been reading some books, especially this one I'm still finishing off. I don't remember if I showed this off or not, but this is a philosophy book. It's really cool. I really love this book. Like, literally, I'm like halfway through this, and there's a lot of information in this. Like, it literally will tell you straight off, right out the back, what this book's about, right on page 1. Like, literally, it'll tell you, like, pretty much just forget about everything that's happening in your life. It's an intriguing book, but there's a lot of aspects to go through, and I'm still not fully done this, but this is going to be, I can't wait to finish the book. That's all I'm saying. It's definitely something, if you're into philosophy or just trying to learn of better ways of how to either handling problems with your life or whatever the case is, I find these books in general are really, really good. Especially, I got 2 that I am actually thinking about. PewDiePie did make a video recently on book review, and one is called Necro Machin Ethics, which is about learning about the real happiness of yourself, not with objects. So pretty much saying, like, if you had these objects, you would get rid of them, what would happen, right? The other one is same person, but it's called Enchiridion, which is not to worry about anything you control, emotional, and just freedom in general. So it's definitely, those 2 books are going to be interesting to read personally. If you're just curious, I just love anything in general that is about how to improve yourself and stuff like that. I even started watching a show on Disney Plus, which is called Luminous by Chris Hemsworth, which he's in it, and it's definitely interesting to, like, learn about, like, how you can control things and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my vibe. I just like learn about how to get things better. That's pretty much it. I don't know. It's like ever since I started my 20s, I'm just like, hey, I want to get better. How do I do that? So maybe that's why I'm like in this vibe right now. Like, I want to learn how to get better. Who knows? But anyways, that's pretty much it of what's been happening throughout literally this semester time since the last video I posted. Yeah, so like I said, pretty much a lot of things were stressful, a lot of things were fun to do, and yeah, just in general, it's been really fun. And I don't really know how else to say it. It's been an interesting ride for the semester, and I can't wait to finish off my final semester for college, and I just can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. And I'm learning a lot of what to do next after college. So I'm really happy with that, and at the same time, I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next. I feel like even when this hits 10 years, I still feel like even at my age right now, it is definitely a new chapter that's going to be happening in 2023, and I can't wait to see what happens from here on out. And I apologize for the smack. I kind of hit the book. My bad. But anyway, speaking about New Year coming out, I do want to talk about a few things on here. I can't quite remember if I mentioned a few things of these, but I do want to mention anyways, because I think it'd be really cool to just bring it out there and let you guys know what's been going on. So anyways, I've been thinking about this lately, and one is definitely making another brand new channel on YouTube, which is literally just about game dev stuff and just making, game aspects or whatever the case may be, or even just maybe showing off the game that I'm technically working. I showed off images before of what I was working on, stuff like that. I am technically programming some stuff at the same time, so we'll be getting back into it. I just put that on hold because Capstone is like the #1 thing I need to worry about right now, so that's kind of more on the list right now. But whenever I am fully done with Capstone and that, it will be right back to making that game. So I can't wait to do that as well. But like I said, I can give updates on it on that channel. I can do some really creative stuff on it. I can show you pointers, coding, anything. I think it'd be really cool just to give a grasp of what game dev is, because I feel like it's really hard to explain a lot of things, you know, like per se to like what to do or how it is or what it's like, right? I will say, like, you gotta work tons of hours for game dev. I will point that out. So if you love working tons and tons of hours and have barely any sleep, then this is probably the job for you. But yeah, no, it's definitely a lot. So that's why I do want to talk about it there and stuff like that and just give pointers and stuff like that. I've seen some YouTube channels out there that are kind of big right now, and I kind of feel like they're giving off some small little things that aren't proper and stuff like that. And I kind of feel like I need to address some of that stuff and just make sure that everybody's getting the right information, and at the same time help out other game developers, because this is kind of our job, is that when we're looking for something, someone could have an idea that we need to use, and we can look at that and then put it in our own perspective and then create it in our own version of what that could be. But one thing I will say is you never copy and paste anything. Yes, that's number one game dev thing. Never copy and paste. Never. Never in lifetime. Unless you just don't want to work for a company, then go for it. That's pretty much all I have to say. But anyways, also too, another thing as well is I do want to improve on the channel as well, so I will try to learn some more editing skills and stuff like that, and at the same time just try to make better quality videos. I kind of feel like we're still in this vibe of where we were a few years ago and stuff like that, and I kind of want to change that. Like, I'm not, like, for game videos and stuff like that, I do want to change that up and stuff. I do want to keep doing some Dragon Ball Z stuff, of course, on the channel, because that's technically what this channel is all about. But also, too, like I said, action stuff like that. But pretty much, it's whatever you guys want, right? It's what the community wants for the channel, and pretty much that's pretty much it. So that's kind of where I want to go with this, is that I want to do what you guys want, but also at the same time try to improve on things that can make the video in better quality, if that makes more sense. So that's where I'm kind of at right now, and yeah, so hopefully everybody's okay with that, everybody's on board with that, and pretty much I'm not gonna like pretty much say no to a lot of things. It depends on the thing, okay? I might say no to some ideas depending on what it could be, because if it's copyright things, then I can't do that. But if it's an idea that sounds like an intriguing thing, then yes, I am definitely going to say no matter what, yes to that. So we'll definitely go with that and stuff. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So like pretty much anything that's happened on this channel, I am 100% down for again. And I will glad to do what I can. That's pretty much all I can say for the time being. But like I said, the next few months are going to be really busy and hectic for me. So not a lot might not be happening with the channel once again. But I will say one thing is that when literally by this summer, we will have something really cool. And like I said, 10 years is going to be on this channel very soon. This year coming up, exactly when I graduate. Well, maybe after I graduate. But it is coming. It's going to be coming right near the same time I graduate. And I know 10 years is going to come up. And I do want to make a really cool video out of it and stuff to just represent 10 years of doing this in general. And I would love to reach out to tons of people still to do like a little flashback or just getting people together in general and just talking about like what we went through and what was the experience and how we had fun doing this or whatever. And I'm totally down for that, and hopefully everybody will be down for that as well. So let's try to see what we can do for the time being. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. Hit a like for more. Subscribe if you're new, of course. And yeah, like literally, I think things are going to be a lot better. I feel like maybe the last few years have not been, maybe the last few years recently were probably a little bit better. But I know for a fact during the middle of my 20s, I know things were going downhill. And I totally get it. And maybe some people didn't like that. But it is what it is. And I can't change the past, unfortunately, because of that reason. So all I can do from here on out is look forward, and I do want to make things a lot better for you guys. So let's get that going. Let's have some fun doing it at the same time, and let's just do it. That's kind of the whole model. Let's just do it, okay? You do it, I do it, we all do it together, okay? That's how it works around here. All right, anyways, guys, take care. Have a great day.